Well, hello guys, and welcome back to Lokean Gaming. I want to apologize to our Crystal Pagan viewers. I know we have a couple. I meant to bring this to you. This is the Easter puzzles, but it's two. This is a sequel. I picked it up on sale, so I will give you guys a link over. I meant to get this to you Easter Sunday. Let's start with the hot air balloon and rise above our troubles. So I hit that and I'm going to hit play. I have sounds and music turned off just to avoid a copyright kerfluffle. Okay, so it's moving kind of slowly. That is interesting. I have it programmed to let the pieces stick to the board, and let's get going. Now, I meant to bring this to you Easter Sunday, and as you guys know, I'm honest. I still work from time to time with Jesus. And Jesus was like, "Oh, I do not want you making a fuss. You know what? We have this complicated relationship. I was raised Roman Catholic. And I honestly, some days, I just see him as this really wise dude. So reverential, yes. And sometimes I see him as a demigod, and sometimes I see him as something else, but never does he want to be the showboat. He did not, put his hands on his hips and go, "Well, I can't believe that you did not do something for Easter." Nay, nay, nor has he asked us to say one word about Lent. Um, on the contrary, he said, "I don't want you to make this about me. You are supposed to be free." I'm gonna hit the scissors to cut that down to size. Okay, let's keep it free and easy for ourselves. Um, I don't want you making it about me. I don't feel comfortable with that. What happened, what has kind of happened to you because, you say you're free from Christianity and yet here you are, major Christian holiday coming up and you want to do this. I said, "Well, Lord, I grew up with you and I still call him Lord sometimes, um, sometimes not." And I said, "I just wanted to do something for you. I'm having a weird feeling this year. I don't know if anyone else is getting this, but I'm getting more of an appreciation for things. And I've been taking a lot of walks in my yard, and I've been paying special attention to my garden and telling myself, I don't have any guarantee, and I don't mean this in a grim way, that I will see this ever again. Something may happen to me. Something may happen to the garden." And I don't mean that in a grim way, but it just kind of occurred to me that, we should appreciate everything more fully. I said, "Lord, I was just disappointed because we may never pass this way again," like the song says. And I wanted to take the opportunity of Easter to do something for you and to kind of, let the Christo-pagan viewers feel welcome. And he said he appreciated that, but he frankly was more excited about the library than he was about me doing this. I do go to the UU church, as I told one of you, and, I go on occasion. I can not go for weeks or months, and then I can go 3 times a day for a week, and by going to church, I mean I watch a sermon on YouTube. I watch a sermon part, nothing else. And, that's my churching. And basically, what I got out of this, hitting my scissors again, what I got out of this was, he is happy to be included, but he was actually more excited about the library, where, all the gods will be welcome. It's not just for, heathen gods. It's not just for whatever. It's for any god possible. Because you guys know, I believe we have our own personal relationship with the gods. No one can take that away from us. No one can give it to us either. And he was more excited for the fact that they now have this completed library. They can all be there. They can all hang out. That was more important news to him. He did not need me to, go, "Oh my gosh, guys, let's play a Easter themed game and talk about Jesus." Basically, that was the last thing Jesus wanted. So, you were therefore getting this a week late. I have found that my relationship with him, let's look around a little bit. I got, yeah. Loki is with us. I am trying not to do that voice. I just find I do it by automatic at this point. But I appreciated his response. I appreciated his response. I realized as I have to keep changing puzzles, I'm losing track of the story. Because Loki is the same way. It ended up April 1st, even though that's a Lokean holiday. We really didn't do anything, and I'm sure some of you were puzzled as to why there wasn't anything, anything particularly Lokean on the April 1st. And it wasn't speaking to me. And as I'm going on, I'm finding out that, there are some days we're not going to feel the holidays. And the gods are okay with us not keeping a particular holiday because it's just not speaking to us that particular day. Oh, okay, so let's say you did this and you came into a puzzle and they were all clicky clacky and you had to click on them to get them to switch and you didn't want it to do that. You can exit your game here. So we will show you a little bit of the mechanics, though I think a lot of you know these. And let's pick something else. Let's just keep it easy. But, it did feel odd because we always have those vestiges of, it's Easter, should do something for Jesus, right? Even though I'm not a Christian, we still have those kind of vestiges there. And, just like for Astera, do something for the gods, do something for the spring. And Easter is a lot of Ostera stuff anyways. I kind of found myself anymore doing these strange kind of, oh, almost drug it there, hybrid holidays where it's kind of pagan. But if it's a pagan holiday I normally do, it's kind of something else too. It becomes this blended holiday. And I think that's true for a lot of us. And, I did want to do something for Christo-pagan viewers. And that is okay. You have to learn, which holidays mean something to you, which holidays don't. Even as a practicing Christian, I never liked Lent. I never liked Lent. I'm whispering that so Jesus doesn't hear, but I'm sure he does. I never liked Lent. I got duckies. Are those duckies? I don't know. Let's try them. I never liked Lent, and as I got away from Christianity, I was very happy to get away from Lent because I never liked it, and I didn't keep it. Even though I can still consider myself a Christian, I stopped keeping Lent. I thought, I'm a person that struggles with depression. I could not see why any loving God, or any God of love, would want me to keep those rules. And that is actually the point to this long-winded story. I don't see a God who thinks, keeps a rule book and wants us to keep all these rules or will not be happy with us. Because, I'm sure a lot of you are used to your Easter sermons. It's supposed to be the one nice day a year coming with a boatload of guilt or something, right? I don't believe in that God. I don't believe in that Jesus. And I was watching the UU Church and something popped up about being haunted by Jesus, that our culture is kind of haunted by Jesus because he's been made into this character that just kind of suits the purposes of the people using him. And they're having power over other people. And so we're haunted by this kind of broken, odd notion of Jesus that has probably nothing to do with whether you thought he was a historical man or a divinity or whatever you thought he was. Probably has nothing to do with him or with your personal experience, because you probably wouldn't be Christo-pagan if you experienced him the traditional way. So, it's just a thing of you finally have to realize you really do have to let those last bit of beliefs go. I know it's hard, but it's kind of a gift from the gods when you can say, okay, I'm really ready to admit I don't believe this, and I'm ready to let it go. And then, once you let it all go, do you still want that relationship with Jesus? Or this would apply to Loki too. Would you still want a relationship with Loki if you let everything you've ever studied in the lore or heard on this channel or everything else go? And I've been getting a lot lately about letting beliefs go, letting all old beliefs go, and just let it all go. And once you do, you make room, since Easter's heavily austere inspired, for new growth. So we hope this video finds you guys well. I do like this one. I'm sorry I'm not giving you the normal tour, but I thought we'd have a chat, because I know we don't do much in the way of Jesus content. We don't, and we should. And I figured we would let you know, yes, he's still around. Odin and Loki dominate our sets, dominate our life on the channel, but he is still around. He is still, working with me, giving me advice, telling me, his main thing is like, you should really cut the gods some slack, because, the pagan belief is we don't see our gods as perfect. Perfect in the sense, before people yell, perfect in the sense of sitting on a cloud and knowing everything and capable of doing everything, and just perfect. We often see gods, and you may not agree with this, and that's fine, we often see gods of limitations who do not have the power to do everything and everything they or we wish. And they don't have unlimited knowledge, they don't have unlimited foresight. And Jesus has basically been like, you really have to cut the gods some slack. I know what, he knows I went through an evangelical period, which was really, really interesting. And I went through everything, and he knows, he's like, I know what you think we can do because you heard it preached enough, but you really have to cut your God some slack. We do the best we can. That was Jesus. And I looked at him, I was like, wow, Lord, if you are saying this, the nice guy who never, he wasn't yelling or anything. He was being sweet. He was like, you have to cut us some slack, please. I was like, wow, this is like, this would be like any other god shouting at you. I'm like, oh my gosh. And he was being so nice about it too. I was like, okay, Lord. All right, I get it. I get it. So if you had rain for Easter and you were praying for a sign, I'm getting that. I'm like, if you got rain for Easter and you were praying for a sign from Jesus that he still loves you because, no, you're a pagan too. It's not always in his ability to give you a sunny day. Maybe someone else needed a rainy day, and he understands you didn't get that sign you wanted. But all of our gods are like that. And I get back here. Sometimes they want to give us that sign. They want to give us that job. They want to give us that miraculous healing, or that money, or the house, or that partner, or whatever. And it just is not in the cards. It's beyond their ability. It doesn't mean they don't love us. It just means it's beyond their ability, or they have something better for us. They might very well have something. Aha, I got a churner, bobber, doodler, do. I try to avoid those. Just so I can concentrate on you guys and not be, churning pieces. But it's see, that's why I don't want to churn pieces. I lost my train of thought. I'm sure I was going somewhere brilliant, but sometimes there is something better for us. There we go. There is something better for us. We're just not seeing it because we're humans. And I often explain to the gods, because my number one question from divinity is usually like, why are you so obsessed? Not obsessed. Why are you so uptight? Why are you so, not showing the greatest of faith? Because you talk to us literally every day. Of all the human beings, you should have abundance of faith. And I said, well, the atheists do say we make you all up in our heads, so I don't know. I need you to send me 80 more signs and a cheeseburger and everything else. And sometimes we just don't get that, guys. In all seriousness, sometimes we just don't get that sign, but it doesn't mean we're not loved. I don't believe in a Jesus that really has anything to do with the Christian idea of sin. In his time, there would have been no idea of original sin. He's a nice Jewish boy. I don't believe in a Jesus that stands there with, a pad and paper writing down everything you've done that he doesn't approve of. I believe in a God of love. I believe in a Jesus, whether you see him as a wise dude or a demigod or whatever, of love. Let's finish out with a little food, shall we? Break bread back here. Yeah, so let's finish out with a little food. So we've got no rotation on this one, good. But we hope you guys had a pleasant Ostera, Easter, whatever you celebrated. And that's another thing. Some people don't celebrate the holiday on the, can't make air quotes with my voice, quote unquote, proper day. They celebrate it when it feels right. It's not going to feel, I think I've said, like spring here until much later from now, because it's going to go down to freezing for a couple, at least a couple nights. It's already April and it's, still going to freezing at night. And, I might not feel like it's really austere until like a month from now, but I did the little bit we did for Ostera, but I might still do something when it's finally that feels like spring has truly arrived. I might finally do something for Ostera. But, we want to close out with the idea, guys, that the gods do love us. I don't think that any god cares what religion you have. If there's a religion, none of us are, let me say this in a way that doesn't sound mean, none of us are special in the idea of that only we get to do that. Everyone can have, I truly believe, any relationship with any god, goddess, spirit, whatever, Buddha, Loki, tree outside. You don't need to be of a particular faith. You don't need to have any, remarkable abilities. We can all have a connection, and I believe we're all interconnected anyhow. So that is enough of a sermon for this week. If you guys like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys later. Hope you guys had a happy Easter, Osteret, and everything else. Have a pleasant weekend. See you guys later. Bye-bye.